How to talk to anyone. If you don't know what to say, ask questions. If there is one skill you need to learn, it is how to talk to someone. This is what can make or break any relation in your life, be it personal or professional. You might be someone who loves talking or someone who dreads it. Either way, you can't deny that it is the most important skill to have. I have got so many opportunities just by approaching someone and talking to them. So, how do you break the ice? You might say, sure, I can reply to someone when they come talk to me, but even that is scary. Or, I don't know how to start a conversation. I don't know what questions to ask. What if I'm bothering that person and she or he is not willing to talk to me? Or, I don't know which person to talk to in a room full of people, so on and so forth. Let me tell you something. If you are scared and are waiting for someone to come and talk to you, that's a losing strategy. You are already scared, you don't know anyone there or if anyone knows you. You have no clue what you are going to do, and then somebody comes and asks you something that makes you uncomfortable, and you end up stuttering out even the simplest of answers. That's why I believe you should always take the active approach. You go up to someone and lead the conversation because that way you get to ask the questions you want to ask and get the information you are interested in. When you are in a room full of people, the very first thing you need to do is to scan the space. See how many people are busy on their phone or are talking to someone. Who are the people who seem rude or annoyed? How many people are shying away from conversation? Which of them don't seem to know who to talk to or what to do? Who is laughing? Who is happy? Who is sad? How many people are selling their products or services? And how many people, just like you, are scanning the room? The last kind of people are the best ones to initiate a conversation with. They, just like you, are trying to pick up cues for a better understanding of the room. Once you have scanned the room and know which people you want to talk to, think about their intent. Why are you interested in talking to them? Are they offering something you want to buy? Are you targeting them so you can sell them something? Do you want them to invest in your business plan? Or is there something peculiar about them which makes you interested in talking to them? Once you know your intent, go ahead and start a conversation. Two things you need to make sure of before approaching someone. You need to be comfortable and you need to make the other person feel comfortable as well. Now that we know who, we go on to how. How am I supposed to start a conversation? I don't even know the person. Great, go ahead and ask them about themselves. After all, who doesn't love talking about themselves, right? You could try two approaches, open ended questions or closed ended questions. Closed ended questions have a straight answer. It could be a one word answer or a binary answer like yes or no, like what is your name or who do you know here. Open ended questions do not have a specific answer. These questions give people room to talk. Now, some people say you should initiate a conversation with open ended questions. But no, you need to make the other person comfortable first. How do you do that? By asking close ended questions. Ask them something they don't have to think a lot about before answering, like which company do you work for or what do you do? These questions have a very specific answer. Your initial question should always make you seem interested in the person. Once a person knows you are interested in them, they become comfortable. And depending on how the person is answering your close ended questions, you get an idea of whether the person is interested in talking to you. Once you have made the person comfortable, then you should go ahead with the open ended questions to carry on the conversation. They mention what they do or that they work on a particular company. Ask them what they enjoy most about their work or what they find is best about their company. By asking these questions, you have given them room to talk about something that they do and that they are interested in. But I already asked the basic questions. What else should I ask if I want to continue the conversation? Just observe. What are they talking about? What is something that you need from them? What makes you so curious that you want to talk to them? Or is there something that this person has or can help you with? Based on these questions, you can form your open ended and close ended questions. Just observe and ask. The second thing to pay attention to is your body language. When you show interest in someone, your expressions are animated, your face lights up, and the other person can actually see your interest through this. So, talk to someone only if you are actually interested in doing so. There is no point in going up to someone when you are not interested and boring them as well as yourself. If you want to stand out in the crowd, all you need to do is be positive. Most people are negative, they crib and complain about something or the other, and it is annoying. What you should do is to go up to a person and make a positive statement about the current situation. Let's say you are in a Mumbai local and it's crowded and then it starts raining. Most people will start complaining about being late to work or the roads being flooded. All you need to do is pause, look around, find someone who seems open to talking, go to them and say, "Hey, I just love rain. I know it's destroying our schedule and we are running late, but it takes me back to the time when I was a kid and I would run out of my house and play in the rain. I used to love that. Did you do that too?" By doing this, you are instantly breaking the monotony. You're putting a positive spin on something that the other person is viewing negatively. Now you have made a positive statement, and if the other person is interested in talking to you, they'll reply. And if they don't seem interested, then you simply walk away. But if they reply with something like, "Yes, man, I used to do that," go ahead with a follow up question. "Oh, in Mumbai? It seems to be a little difficult to do that here. I come from a small town. Are you from a small town as well?" Boom, you started a conversation. What you are doing here is you are leading the conversation. The positive statement is followed by a close ended question, followed by an open ended question. You made the first move, broke the ice, and led a conversation. Now you might say, "Raj, you can so easily make a positive statement. How can we do that?" Just follow the rule of 4 W's. What are these 4 W's? Where and what. You make a positive statement about your particular situation, where you are and what's going on. The rain conversation is an example. World around us. This is what the general situation in the world and what's going on around us. Is there something interesting? Let's say you are at a conference and there is a really boring speaker there. Say something like, "I'm glad they have boring speakers as well, because if they weren't here, we wouldn't know the worth of the interesting speakers." Don't you think so? Weather. This is a simple one. Just talk about the weather or anything related to it. Wit. I'll tell you a little story. I was once at a conference and saw a girl who was embarrassed and trying to hide because she had spilled coke on her white dress. I saw that she was very uncomfortable, so I went to her and said, "You know what? I think you should spill coke 7, 8 times more. Then it will look like a tie dye dress." It is a simple wit at an abnormal place about a normal everyday situation which can make the other person feel comfortable and light. You don't want to make fun of them. They are already embarrassed. Instead, you need to try and lighten the situation with a positive statement. Use a combination of these 4 W's and you'll never be short of positive statements to break the ice. The third way to break the ice is with honest and genuine appreciation. When you give someone a compliment that you truly mean, the other person feels really, really good. If you want to make someone like you don't have to be a bootlicker or someone who is faking it or trying to butter someone up. That's where you need to focus on the honest and genuine part. You need to figure out what is attracting you towards them and making you want to talk to them. Maybe it's the way they speak, maybe it's their personality or how they carry themselves and treat others. It could be anything. Be genuine and honest with your compliment and then follow it up with a question. Now, giving a compliment can make you come off as a creep as well. When does that happen? When it's about something overly personal. Avoid doing that. Also, if you want the compliment to lead to a conversation, don't just stick to vague statements. For instance, if you come to me and say, "Hey Raj, I love the way you speak," that is a compliment that doesn't make the conversation forward. But if you come to me and tell me, "Hey Raj, I love the way you were using voice modulation to make your point. I loved how you used a low pitch and then came to life with a high pitch. How do you do that? Do you think I can do that too?" Now, that is an honest and genuine compliment followed by an open ended question.